Understanding perfection is a quite under-talked topic in spirituality. Um, the topic or the idea that all of reality is perfect and that God is perfect in all of its expressions. In all of God's expressions, God is perfect. We all hear this in the Bible, but really, as spiritual people who've probably left the common Christian ways of looking at the Bible, we have a tendency to turn our back on the Bible, but not to realize the gems, the diamonds of wisdom that are tucked away, nestled in between the lines. One of those gems is that God is perfect. Now, you can say that God is a direct translation of all of the sum parts of the whole. The sum of all the parts is God. That means you, the sun, earth, and everything in between is an expression of God, therefore perfect. So, by understanding that all is perfect as it is, and by understanding that life is a continuous flow, once you tap into the spirit, it just feels, once you tap into like prana, the flow of prana within and without, you understand the water-like nature of spirit. I call this journey that I'm on the river of life, or the river of my highest good. But once you in your conscious mind see that there is a flaw, or you think that there is a flaw in reality, it creates a blockage in the river. And it creates a catalyst that may not be the smoothest ride, let's say, because you'd rather go down a lazy river with no rocks and it's nice and smooth than a rushing torrent filled with rocks that you have to dodge. And once you realize that enlightenment is basically just changing your perception of what already is, you can align yourself with the perfection that is. And due to your perception, due to you being enlightened, and by understanding that reality is subjective, so if you have a holistic way of seeing the perfection in everything, you will see the perfection of your life path. And you're going to trust in the universe, so to speak. Trusting in the universe is basically saying to yourself, I trust that I will make it through any turbulent time. I trust that, and I have faith that everything is going to be okay. That everything is perfect just the way it is, even though that it's changing. The misunderstanding in the Bible quote is that most people misinterpret things or life as being something that's stagnant. We live in a world of language, which by nature is stagnant, but refers to the ever-flowing, ever-changing river of reality and life. So when we think of perfection, we have a screenshot image of what perfection is in our own mind. But perfection is ever-changing. The reward is in the journey. even though the journey, like let's say if it's bumpy at this time, that doesn't mean that the journey isn't going to end up in a beautiful place. I like to say that all roads lead back to God. So the next step for humanity is to understand that life is perfect and everything is perfect just the way it is. But that doesn't mean that things remain stagnant. Once you see your life as a river and you're on that river and you stop going against the tides and kicking and screaming and you realize, oh, well, I like this river and it's perfect. I like the flow of it. It's nice and soothing. And I know it's going to end somewhere nice. Well, I enjoy the river, the flow of life. Once you realize that, then you enter into a space of grace and you acknowledge the bliss that is.